Welcome everybody to another episode of The Candles. We are joined by Principal at St. Mark Catholic School, Jen Kocher. Jen, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. How was Christmas break with the family?
It was wonderful. It was perfectly relaxing. Every moment I spent just laying in the living room by the fire with the kids, cuddling or reading a book or watching dumb TV. It was perfect.
You didn't dream about construction or dump trucks or anything?
Oh no, that was there in the back of my head all the time this year, but I had a little bit of a break from it.
Awesome. And I know that I do some construction updates. The team is doing just a wonderful job. I mean, the progress that I see, I was gone about a week and a half and came back, and lots of the bricks are being laid and everything. So I know from your end, you see it every day, but you can still see the progress.
Oh, it's so, we really have to stop ourselves every so often and go, okay, we have work to do, because it really is, it's entertaining to watch. Sure. But I think what I've appreciated the most about the crew, the men that are working on our project, is their concern for our students and
right.
our staff. I mean, they go out of their way to really make sure that they're keeping us safe.
Yeah.
You know.
And they're helping you. I know that Andy's came in and spoke to some classes and that, and they're kind of keeping the students engaged in the build as well.
They really are.
Yeah.
It's wonderful to see that they're recognizing they're out of school and they want to make sure that they're taking good care of us.
Awesome. Now I noticed you've got your Grow in Your Grace t-shirt. Give
Yes.
us a little bit of definition on what's going on with that.
So it's our theme for the year with a lot of changes, new administration, construction. We've got a lot of growth going on, a lot of change. And I just thought it would be a great year to remember when it's good to be graceful with each
right.
other. And the school's really adopted it. We've got a board where students can earn petals to their class flower for being caught being graceful, and we're literally watching ourselves grow.
That's awesome.
And grace as these flowers are growing and getting bigger. But we earned a special Grow in Grace shirt day today because we had 100% staff attendance all last week.
Oh my goodness.
3 straight days, and so
That's great.
I gave them a special, because when we wear our Grow in Grace shirts, we get to wear jeans, and
Obviously.
we all love that.
I know how teachers love to wear jeans.
They love jeans day. So I thought that today being a Candles episode with
Sure.
you and a Grow in Grace day, good
Perfect.
time to reflect
Absolutely.
on. I really think that it has been in the back of everyone's minds throughout the whole year
Sure.
as we talk about it and keep reminding ourselves,
Right.
because there are challenges with the construction and new leadership, and other changes that are taking place too.
Yeah.
So
Well, and I know that even when I went through school a couple times, I've seen the bulletin board, I think across from your office,
Yeah.
with the different petals, and it's really neat to see the kids' names, and I know it's huge, probably for the younger kids, a little bit more than the older kids, but they appreciate it too.
Yeah.
To get to see their name up there.
well, the cool part about getting their name put up there, I wanted an opportunity to meet all of our students.
Sure.
It's a lot of kids to get to know all at once.
Yeah.
And I was looking for a positive way to do that. I didn't want going to the principal's office to only be a bad thing.
Right.
And so when they earn their pedal, I have to be
See.
there to get their pedal, because they come and they meet me and we talk
awesome.
about what they did to earn their pedal, and we put it up there together.
And you've got all the names memorized by now, right?
I'm getting there. If they've earned their pedal, I for sure know them.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. And I know that's a task. Even when I started, when we had not as many students, it's tough sometimes to get all those names down. But the kids appreciate it, and I know that it's amazing to me, like Mr. Kester's, Mrs. Bruner, Mrs. Crawl, who knows all the kids' names, they have them all.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
And I really I notice grade level teachers that will still, at dismissal, they're stopping children of all ages
Right.
and know them.
Yep.
It speaks to the close and the connected
That's awesome.
vibe in this community.
Absolutely. So this time of year, January, probably letters of intent to parents went home, I would say this week or last week.
They did. They went home the first day back last week. We said, let's go.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about re-enrollment, enrollment new students. What's kind of the timetable and some things going on with that?
Yeah, well, right now it's letter of intent time for our current families. So we want to make sure that all of our current students that want to return are secured that spot. So the purpose in us really pushing everybody to get that back
Sure.
by Friday is we just want to make sure we have their spot for them.
Absolutely.
Next week, Monday's Martin Luther King Day, so everybody gets a little bit of a break. And then Tuesday, we open that enrollment to parishioner families.
Right.
So anyone in the parish that wants to move their kids to St. Mark, I know there's we've started to get a handful of interest. There's another Christian school closing.
Right.
There's some other township changes happening, and so we've got some interest, and we would love to have the opportunity to hopefully welcome
Absolutely.
some of those families that haven't had that Catholic education. So we're looking forward to opening that window of time, and they really have until February 1st to try
So a
and
few
get a
weeks
spot.
for the parishioners who don't have kids to enroll.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then February 1st it becomes open enrollment to anyone that's
Right.
looking to transfer to
Right.
St. Mark.
When's the open house this year?
February 1st.
Oh, it is, okay.
So
Awesome.
it's during Catholic Schools Week,
Awesome.
and it is that first day of open enrollment.
Awesome, very
Yeah.
good. So I always remember parents would always, when we get to this time of year, some would, and I tell them, I said, this is a decision, that you need to make what's best for your family. Whether you're a returning family, you've been here forever, or you're a new family. And I always love how, our administration, our teachers, and that, especially during the open house, they're very frank with them. They give them our expectations, much like you guys do, and I think it's just a blessing to have parents that buy into things before they even get here, because when they get here, then they kind of know the expectation. It's easier to work with.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah. So the enrollment then process, and we go through the open house, and then you continue to enroll through the rest of for any remaining spots.
Any remaining spots? Hopefully, our spots are all filled by the end of February. I
Yeah.
mean, that's a dream administrator's
Sure.
life, but certainly, that continues. I think this fall I was enrolling someone the day before school started. So yes, that continues as long as
Right.
there's spots available.
And obviously, the first place that they come to at St. Mark is the pre-K, pre-kindergarten. Tell us a little bit about the pre-kindergarten. Obviously, next year we're going to have a new facility. But what's the age for the pre-K? How long are they here during the day? And if the people don't know.
Yes, so pre-K is going to have an awesomely exciting year next year with a brand new facility.
Right.
And those classrooms you helped design
Sure.
are really catered to what the pre-K needs,
Right.
and I think they're going to love that. So to be in pre-K, you do have to be 4. We don't take them when they're still 3.
Sure.
And they do go all day, 5 days a week. So it's full
They
day.
just follow our schedule of the rest of the
They do.
classes. Yeah.
So it's essentially their first year of school, which
Yeah.
for a lot of kiddos, it really makes or breaks their experience in the kindergarten level.
Yeah, yeah. And what I always like about our pre-kindergarten is I very rarely call it a pre-K. I call it pre-K because it's truly getting them ready for kindergarten. I mean, just the lining up to lunch, just the logistics you take advantage. They don't have to learn that when they get to kindergarten. And I know last year, and probably this year will be the same, 85-90% of our pre-Kers went right into our kindergarten.
Yeah.
And it just makes the school strong. It's a good foundation. So I really appreciate what our pre-kindergarten teachers and staff have always done. I know you do too. They must have just the patience of I don't know who, because I know I had one 4-year-old at a time and it was tough for me, but they have 25 or so in the room. That's tough.
As a brand new administrator, I have to say the beginning of the year was amazing. I've been in this building all summer by myself, and then
Right.
I watched it come to life, and that was so enjoyable. But pre-K had to be what blew my mind the most.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got 4-year-olds who've never been in this situation before, and how quickly
Right.
they got them to
And then
understand
they've
and
been away from their
process.
parents before, a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing to watch.
Yeah, the consistency that our pre-K teachers have, and their staff is just amazing. What lends, I think, as you would say, that's not having a whole lot of discipline issues in a school, because they kind of learn from the beginning how they're supposed to be.
Yeah, the support staff we're able to provide in pre-K
Phenomenal.
it's got to be unparalleled. We have at least 3 adults in
Yeah,
both
yeah.
classrooms.
And sometimes you look at it and there's a lot more.
Yes, there's a
With
lot of volunteer action, and we're starting to welcome more of that too.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I talked to a couple parishioners after Mass here yesterday
Yeah.
who were interested in
That's
getting back
awesome.
into volunteering in the
Yeah.
building. So
Yeah.
there's not a shortage of hands on deck.
We're so glad the COVID years are over, hopefully. So that's
Yeah.
good, yeah. Now we have also usually the Rite of Passion, the end of January, 1st February is Catholic Schools Week.
It's coming.
So
I
a little
can't wait.
bit of your feelings, and for people that don't know much about Catholic Schools Week, maybe their kids aren't in Catholic school, or they've been out so long they forgot. What is Catholic Schools Week? What are some things that you guys will do?
Well, it's nationwide, and it's really to honor and celebrate educating children under that Catholic faith and really allowing their education and their faith to be intertwined, which is a beautiful thing.
Yep.
Those of us that have been inside of a Catholic school, it's a feeling, and it's very hard to describe those that haven't been a part of
Right.
it. I grew up as a public school. And,
Myself too.
And it was, I'll throw the kudos to Ron Colley. I started as a cheerleading coach. And I immediately fell in love with the environment.
Awesome.
And so this is a week dedicated every year to celebrating what we
Right.
do for our kids and for our communities. And I really, really am excited to experience my first one as principal and see what excitement we get to bring.
Yeah. I mean, they have different, dress-up days and activities and food and stuff.
Yeah.
That was my favorite, was the food for the week that people
Yeah.
would bring in. So, but yeah, we always at Catholic Schools Week. High school probably doesn't celebrate it in the same way. Ron Colley doesn't. They have Catholic schools, but it's not quite as energetic as the elementaries. I know your children go to St. Jude, and you've been a teacher at St. Jude. I know they do things, much like we do with different dress-up days. But you said it right, where it's an opportunity for us to celebrate our Catholic schools for ourselves. And the kids like it, I think, because the dress-up days the most. So yeah.
I mean, out of uniform dress-up days are what I look
And the teachers
for.
like it too.
Yes.
They're sometimes one of the most creative dress-up people you have, are the teachers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Halloween was on point this year, and I have to admit, the teachers nailed it.
Awesome.
We tied it to literacy night.
Right.
And teachers were asked to dress as book characters. Oh, we had some fantastic turnout.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very
So
nice.
yes, the teachers bring their A game, and I love it.
So you've wound up your first semester as principal, and you're heading into your second, or you're into your second. Looking back on the first 18 weeks, kind of what you expected, a lot of unknowns. Tell us a little bit about it.
I would say it's what I expected. The joy that it brought me is more.
Awesome.
I knew that I had a feeling I would enjoy the job itself, but I've learned that it brings me even more joy than I imagined, and I don't call it a job.
No.
It is not. It's
Right,
a passion,
right.
and I'm blessed to have the opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
I think that I learned real quick my success depends on my support to the staff.
Sure.
And the talent that we have in this staff,
Yeah.
the things that they're doing, it's amazing, and they make my job easier.
Oh, I always, and you're probably a little bit, not quite so much, but I always tell people I just stayed out of the way.
Yeah.
I just tried to give them what they need and let them do their job.
Yes.
Because as a coach, and you've coached and I've coached, when you have good players, you give them a system and you let them perform.
Yes.
And I've always, I would agree 100%. Everybody asks what I miss as being principal. Obviously, you miss the children. I miss the staff greatly, just the interaction and seeing them and getting to see some of the stuff. And I look at some of the pictures you guys post online, and I'm just in awe still, even back from a little bit.
Yeah.
What a great job they do individually and collaboratively, because they really work well together.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you coming on. I know you're busy.
Yep.
Hopefully we'll get you on again later on in the spring, maybe around spring break when you're all either frazzled or you're relaxed, either before or after. We'll see what happens.
I don't know. I will say, I came back, and I think the students and staff might have thought I'd lost it, but I came back just so excited to see
Awesome.
them all after the break, and
Yeah.
I said, I missed you guys. They went, what? I said, I swear, I really did. I missed
Sure.
them. So hopefully that energy continues.
Awesome. Well, we'll be praying for all of you guys. We wish you
you.
nothing but the best. We're looking forward to seeing that building completed sometime this summer, and the big scissors and cutting that opening. And we hope you have a great second semester.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Everybody, you guys have a great week this week. We'll talk to you soon. Peace, everybody.